It's your boy B.I.Z. Low. After searching high and low, we've looked for professionals, semi-professionals, Sunday League. We're looking for guys in the chicken and chip shop, guys in the market, Hackney, Stratford, even South London, North, West. With all that searching, we've decided to promote from within. Literally, within the family. Our new gaffer, the nicest guy in Sunday League, East London's Zinedine Zidane, the new Baiteze gaffer. Tommy, thanks for joining us, man.
No, I'm really excited for the opportunity and looking forward to getting started.
Tell us about the call and how it went down.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected, to be honest. I got a random call from the board, and that explains that they were looking to go in a different direction compared to last year, and they felt like I was the best person to lead that. So, yeah, totally surprised, but it was something that I was kind of interested in doing. I was interested in getting into that side of the game. So when it did come around, it weren't too much thinking, really. So now really pleased to get started.
I was like, yeah, Tommy makes sense. Even at our award show as well, asked Ebbs, I was like, who's going to be the new gaffer? And he didn't give any hint. Well, he kind of did give a hint. He was like, Zinedine Zidane.
Really?
And I was like, but I thought he was joking about.
Yeah.
And then when everyone said Tommy, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Tommy. Zinedine Zidane makes so much sense. Can you tell all the Baiteze fans and haters as well about your experience in football?
Yeah, definitely. So I played out in America, played full-time out in America for a number of years, played against a lot of good players, played with a lot of good players from all over the world, learned a load of different experiences, style of play, come back after America and played professionally around Europe, got a little bit of experience in that, and then played non-league. So yeah, combined, got a lot of experience and hopefully can put that to use next season.
Oh, nice. That sounds so good, man. Sheesh. Who's one of your best players that you played with?
Oh, he was an American kid.
Yeah.
He went on to get drafted for Portland Timbers.
Okay.
Mo, very good player.
Yeah. You're also Billy's cousin.
Yep.
So it's definitely going to be running through the family.
Yeah, that's it.
How's that feel? Give us some dirt about Billy.
No, well, to be fair, I always said I had more hair than Billy, but I don't think that's the case now, to be honest. But no, Billy, everyone that knows Billy knows he's a good lad. To be fair, he was the first person that I spoke to when this opportunity did come around, just to see what he thought of it. And he was full of support, full of backing and encouragement. Nice. So it summed him up, really. So yeah, very good person.
Oh my gosh, what was the dirt that he said about us? Nothing.
Nothing just yet. Not just yet.
For everyone that knows you're the nicest guy in Sunday League, is that the same approach that you're going to be as a manager?
Yes and no, I think. Yes, in terms of, for me, the biggest thing for me is always respect to players and vice versa, to an extent to opposition and to referees as well. But there will be disciplines in place, standards in place, expectations in place. And if people are not following that, then that's when a different approach is needed. So, yeah, a bit of a mixture, really.
Yeah. So the bad guy can get turned on.
He can, definitely.
Cool. What's your stance on how Billy treats the rest?
I'm trying my best not to be like that. I want to stay in all the cups we can. So.
Definitely want to have referees on the side as well. You was a big part of the team this season. Didn't go so well. What did you learn and what do you think you can actually add to that as the new gaffer?
Yeah, I think on the pitch there's obviously tweaks that we need to put in place. My own kind of ideas and formations and style of play, that will all be kind of put in place. But the biggest thing for me is off the pitch. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be put in place off the pitch. As I said, expectations and standards. And for me, that all transpires onto the pitch. We've got a talented squad week in, week out. But it's those little habits and details that need to be put in place to hopefully start showing the rewards on the pitch.
Yeah. That's a great answer, to be fair. I like that. Arguably, Billy's one of Baiteze's greatest of managers of all time, literally winning all these cups. How do you think you can succeed from that?
Billy's done an amazing job over the last few years. Definitely big shoes to fill. Yeah. As I said, I feel like I've got my own kind of style that I want to implement into the team.
Yeah.
And I think when that happens and when we do start winning and playing a style of play that is good on the eye and people start to see that, I think that pressure almost kind of fades in a way.
Without giving anything away, what do you think we need to improve from last season?
As I said, on the pitch, I think there's definitely some things we can put in place, and using my experiences from playing abroad and in a full-time environment, there's a lot of good ideas that I feel like I can bring. But as I said, off the pitch, a lot has to be put in place. There's no point having 11 good players, which we probably did have a lot last season, but the results wasn't there probably because the consistency, the discipline, the chemistry. So all those things definitely need to be put in place first, and then the results will follow.
I'm like I'm playing you as the gaffer. This is sick though. I like these answers though, because I'm a player as well. And
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want to hear this from the gaffer as well. What some of the managers found so hard was kind of dealing with egos and talent and the old boys. How would your approach be with that?
Yeah, I think no matter what team you go to, there's always big characters, big egos, big personalities. And I think it's just a matter of managing them individually. Everyone's going to have the same treatment. There's not going to be no leeway for each individual. Everyone's going to have the same kind of set of standards. But I think each person reacts to different kind of approaches. Yeah. So as long as you can manage that as best you can to get the best out of everyone, then that's what we'll try to do.
Yeah. Our premises of how we started Baiteze is like kind of more of like energy and vibes and dancing, and then when Bill came along, he kind of like shut it down as well a bit, but also tried to bring it back in again. How would you approach that as well, because of how we were as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think Sunday League football, it's got to be about enjoying it. A lot of players play on Saturdays and might not necessarily enjoy it as much as they do on a Sunday. So you've got to have that enjoyment factor there.
Yeah.
But I think you've also got to have that level of professionalism. You've got to know that we are not just a Sunday League football team. We do have standards. We do have expectations.
Yeah.
And the new boys that do come in will be fully aware of that. The players that I'm personally bringing in, I know what they're about. They know what I'm about.
Yeah.
And they know the set of standards that I like to go by.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't think there'll be any problems with that.
Okay.
In.
Yeah, that was the next one. Who are you looking to bring in, man?
I can't tell you that just yet. You have to wait and see that one. But yeah, we're speaking to some good players,
nice.
And they'll be down in pre-season.
Oh, nice. Bringing in a lot, or
a handful to start with. There are, as I said, we want to try and make sure that we've got the right characters first, above ability. And then if we've got characters that have the set of standards that we try to go by and the ability, then it's a win-win, really.
Hopefully this doesn't apply to me, but who are you looking to get rid of?
That will come out very soon. Yeah. But no, most of the boys, to be fair, are all very good, and I enjoyed playing with all of them. And everyone, even last year, everyone had a good set of morals, good set of standards on them. It's just maybe tweaking them slightly.
Yeah. How would you deal with like the semi-professional players in terms of like the Saturday boys and...
Yeah, it's just a matter of maybe managing their game time. As you say, a lot of them play Saturdays, but it's Tuesday training, Thursday training, sometimes even 2 games a week, and then 3 games on a Sunday as well. Yeah. So it's a matter of managing their bodies so that we can get the best out of them.
Yeah. As what Tommy just said, some of us don't really train together as Baiteze. We have like Saturday teams, and other people play like futsals and like 7-a-side. So would you be implementing any training sessions for us?
Yeah, we've got training sessions in pre-season.
Okay.
Throughout the season, not so much, just because, as you said, a lot of players are getting a lot of game time and then training sessions with their respective clubs. But hopefully what we do consistently on a Sunday, that will start to follow. And that's why it's so important to get consistently the right players there every week, rather than mixing up the squad every Sunday, so that we do have that consistency week in, week out.
To be fair with you, Baiteze have a big cabinet of trophies.
Yeah.
And are you looking to add to more? Obviously you are, but like, what's your main thing during the season that you want to win and what you want to achieve?
Yeah, I think for me, when I first come over to Baiteze as a player, to even lose a game, it was kind of unheard of. So I want to kind of bring that mentality back, that winning mentality. And to be honest, I want to win everything, to be honest. I think as a player or as a manager, anyone involved in football, you've got to have that attitude. If you don't have that attitude that you want to win everything, every game, pre-season, leagues, cups, you shouldn't be playing football, to be honest. So that's the mentality we've got, and that's what we're going to go for. As
a player as well, because you played for played with Baiteze as well. How do you feel about the teams that we've played against? Do you think any of the teams are any good? Or?
Yeah, really good teams. Especially last year when certain teams did come up and maybe overtake us a little bit.
Yes.
But I do personally think that's maybe their moment now, and hopefully we can bring back what we had before and get back on top where we belong.
Yeah. What team didn't like playing against?
Most teams, to be honest. No, to be fair, I think everyone's got a different way of playing, different style. And hopefully we can just bring the old Baiteze back in terms of a style of play, winning mentality, implemented with what I personally can bring. And hopefully that'll be a good little mixture.
Okay. When did you start watching Baiteze?
When I was in America, actually, my
Nice.
roommates got me on it, and they was like, "I swear, this kid's your cousin. He looks exactly like you."
No way.
And it was Billy involved at the time,
Yeah.
and that was when I first heard of Baiteze.
Yeah.
And then got back from America and heard a little bit more about it. Started watching them a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
And then Billy rang me and my brother one day and told us to come over to play in pre-season.
Yeah.
The first game was against the Dons, actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was a really intense game, and Billy explained that this will be nothing like you've experienced before.
Okay.
And especially as Sunday League football, you just expect it to be kind of a bit of a slower pace, or just Sunday League football in general, really. But the standards very, very high. The expectations are there, and as I say, I hopefully want to carry that on.
Yeah. How do you feel being the content creator? Because not a lot of people kind of like understand that we're content creators, but we just want to play some football. But you go down the road, someone will be like, "Oh, Tommy, studying from Baiteze. So how's that feel? How's that journey feel?"
Yeah,
so
exactly.
far?
I mean, I experience a little bit for what I do for work. I go
Yes.
to a lot of colleges and teams and deliver presentations about getting them to the US on soccer scholarships. And I got a lot of people recognising me just from a small amount of time on camera from playing. So now maybe being on camera a little bit more. Hopefully that can benefit that as a business.
Yeah.
But yeah, something I'm looking forward to. It's not something I've had before too much. A little bit in America, but nothing like this.
I feel like your status is gonna go high now because the main character is kind of the manager in it for Baiteze on a Sunday. So
definitely.
So the journey through national, the FA Cup nationals, how do you find that? I was, as a fan.
Yeah.
Well, not a fan. That season was a fan or supporter of Baiteze, well, family anyways. But like, I felt like it felt touching us getting the whole journey, just going to the final and winning in South London as well. And it just felt good. So from that perspective, it just felt nice for us to win it as well because of how we started from literally from nothing.
Yeah.
But I did feel like as a player as well.
Yeah, it was amazing to be a part of. I think every team we played against, the standard was very, very high. The teams and the quality of the teams we were coming up against were very strong. And that's something that shocked me the most, to be honest. But yeah, as I say, being a player involved in that, it was amazing. Winning a national cup is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And as I say, I think the reason why we got there and done so well because we did beat some top teams. And the reason why we done that was again because of the consistency and the expectations and the standards we had week in, week out, and that is a massive part as to what I want to bring this season.
Through that run, who do you think was the toughest team?
I think we had a very good game against SE Dons. I know we went 3-0 up quite early, but they showed the last couple of minutes when they got the 2 goals how threatening they were. But for me, my favourite game was the grand game. The emotions that we had in that game, the pitch and everything. That was a very good game to be a part of.
The grand game was really good because their pitch apparently got double booked, so they had to find like a pitch somewhere, and it happened to be like a muddy pitch, rainy day as well. And I feel like because they had like an unbeaten run as well, so we was kind of like not the favourites for some reason. I don't know why people doubt us, but we're the best. But I don't know why everyone doubts us. But that game was very, very good, man. You played it very, very good as well, man.
No, it was good. Yeah. So as you said, where it was a muddy pitch, it was pelting down the rain. It typifies Sunday League football in a way. And then to go and beat them, I think they went 1-0 up as well. So to come back from behind and a team that's been unbeaten to do that, it was amazing. And like I say, probably one of my favourite games to be a part of.
Because you're like kind of like you're not a quiet guy, but you're kind of like reserved, When it comes to like team talks, you don't really say much as well. You kind of like let Billy say. So is there things that you want to say as well and get off of your chest as well at the time?
Yeah, but I mean, personally, I'm more focused on the tactic side of things. If there was something tactically that was going, maybe not necessarily wrong, but needs improving, I feel like I could go to Billy and talk about those side of things. I know me and Billy had a lot of phone calls before games and things like that to go over certain tactical information. But I let the motivational side down to Billy at the time, and that is something that I'm looking to bring this season, being in that role. But again, emphasising all the tactical side of things.
Okay, so you hear it now. He was our gaffer before he was our gaffer. Basically that. For your first season, what are the expectations you want from your players, and how would you get that message through?
Yeah, again, going back to what we said earlier about going out there to try and win everything, that's got to be the message to all the players from the first day of pre-season. And as I said, if you ain't got that mentality, you shouldn't be involved in football. Again,
fair enough, it's true. Should be a winner.
Exactly. Whether it's pre-season, leagues, cups. Personally, I always want to win games. And it's just a matter of getting that across to the players. And as I said, the players that we are bringing in know what I'm about. I know what they're about. I know most of the boys from last season. It's just a matter of getting that consistently week in, week out, which we'll definitely try to do.
To be fair, I've got so much faith in you, Tommy, you know, because out of the gaffers that we've kind of had like screamers.
Yeah.
Straight the go! Hey, my strikers want goals!
People that kind of like shout at you and not really, they don't really bring the calmness out of like let's say a situation where we're 2-0 down and we're playing against a team that's not really up to par with our level, but we've had like loads of managers that will just kind of shout and say, "Are you lot playing shit? You've been playing this." So in those type of situations, how do you think your approach would be like? Obviously, you're not in the moment right now, but like, how would your approach be like? What would be like your main go-to approach?
I think it depends on the situation. Again, certain situations needs certain approaches. But for me, it's always coming back to how can we improve? How can we win the game? So if we are 2-0 down, what we're going to do to win the game? I've played under so many managers in the past that they scream and shout and roll at you, but they don't tell you how to improve. So the biggest thing for me is how are we going to improve if we are in a situation like that? How are we going to get this message across to the boys so that they've got full confidence rather than going in their shell and not wanting to get on the ball in the second half?
Oh, nice. That's good solutions, to be fair. What would you like to say to the fans that's been through thick and thin with us?
Yeah, a massive thank you to everyone that tuned in online, turn up on a Sunday morning in all weathers to come and support, especially last year when the season weren't so good for us. And then hopefully next season we can repay them by playing a good brand of football and getting results along the way as well.
So at the Baiteze Awards, Billy won the biggest comeback. And the biggest comeback was getting his hair dyed in Turkey. So I've got one question for you. Are you looking to go Turkey anytime soon?
Personally, I'm not. I know my brother's got an holiday booked, so he might come back looking different.
Frankie!
But no, to be fair, I think it suits Billy. I ain't got it in me. I don't think I could pull it off, to be honest. But fair play to Billy for getting that done.
You've had it long enough. You've had short hair long enough.
Do you know what? I've done it when I was in America because I thought with all valves, I've got my accent to say. So I've done it in the US. And then obviously I can't grow it back ever since.
Fair enough. It was nice for you to come down and let us know who you are. And obviously people know who he is, but obviously with a gaffer's aspect to it, it's nice to just hear your expectations of the club and what you want the club to do and what you want us to do for you and how we can get to that place of just being great again, really and truly.
Yeah, no problem. Again, really looking forward to it. Again, I think pre-season starts 23rd of July.
23rd of July.
That's when we're getting started and it'll be all guns blazing from there.
I'm going to miss it because I'm going drinking. But no, I'm fully there. Like this season, I'm fully down. Shed a bit of weight, but like I say to Billy all the time, I'm a utility player, but I do like playing in the midfield. Apologies. But I'm there for the team, man. That's what I bleed Baiteze, really and truly. So wherever you want me to play and however you treat the club, I'm going to respect you how you ever treat it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Bizzo.
Thanks.